Hello friends, welcome back to Quick Excel Tally with Sushil. Today we are studying a brand new series on pivot table in Excel. If you're confused about what is pivot table and how they work, don't worry, by the end of this series you will become a master. Let's start with a simple question. Imagine you have a big list of sales data. Suppose you want to know which product sold the most or which region gave the highest sales. Now if you try to do this manually, it will take hours. But with pivot table, you can get the answer in just a few clicks. So let us see our example and see how pivot table is going to help us. So my first example is this. This is my data. In this data, I have got some customer name. Products are there, salesperson, region is there, order date is there, sales USD, year, month, quarter, and channel partner. So this is the data I'm having. Now there are certain rules which you have to follow when doing pivot table. The first rule is that if I keep my cell pointer over here on C, and if I right click and click on insert entire column and say OK, you get a gap here. So gap, if you have a gap in your this thing in pivot table in your data, your pivot table will not work actually. Similar thing if I keep my cell pointer here, again if I right click, insert, if I say entire row, so there's a gap coming over here, see. So this first of all you will have to remove all these gaps actually. If there's a gap in your data, you have to remove it actually. I am just removing out. Just keep it over here, right click, delete, entire column, okay, so that gap goes. Same thing over here. Keep it over here, right click, delete, and entire row, this is entire row. So these are the certain rules which you have to follow when doing pivot table. That is your first rule actually. Second rule is this heading should be there. This top heading, I've given some heading over here. If I delete any of the things like fields, for example product, if I delete, your pivot table will not work for you. I'm just saying Control Z. So this is the two rules which you have to keep in mind when doing pivot table. So I have created a new sheet over here called as create, and I want to make a pivot table in this sheet of yours, create. So this is my main data. So just click, but before you do this pivot table, I just want to make a table so that tomorrow if I would like to add a new record, so it should get updated. This last I have to add a new record. For that you will have to create a table for it. In this data you will have to convert into a table. Now to convert this data into a table, just click inside and press Ctrl A. The entire table gets selected, and you have to press this key of yours called as Ctrl T. T stands for table. So when you press Ctrl T, you get a screen like this. It's saying, asking me whether my data has I have a heading. Yes, it has a heading. So there's a tick mark over here. If there's no tick mark, you tick mark here and say OK. So now this data is taken as a table. If I click on, you can see there's an option here called as table design. You can click over here. You can change the color. So whichever color you want, that color can be changed over here. So at the moment I'll go for this color. So this is how I've changed the color of it. Then there's an option in table design ke andar called as total rows. If I tick mark over here, you can see that it has showed me how many rows, how many records are there in my this thing. But I want it in USD mein, this total I wanted. So I'll just keep my cell pointer here, click on this arrow sign. If I click on average, I will get average actually, see, of this sales USD. Similar thing if I click on sum, I should get sum. So this is how you can calculate the total over here. If you don't want it, then you can just remove this tick mark, table design mein, total rows, just remove the tick mark. So that is gone. Okay. Similar thing, if you would like to add a new record, just come at the end like this over here. And you can see this side mein there's a sign here like this. If you just go down, yeah, see, like this. I'll just drag it two rows, leave it. So now if you just come back here, see. So now if you want, I'll just copy this data. I'm just copying the top data. You can enter a new record also. I'm just copying the entire thing. The select and press Ctrl C. Go down and paste it over here. Ctrl V. And then you can change the name. I'll just type my name over here. You can press tab. Product, okay, product is fine. Region, I'm just typing here India. Order date is 2024 written, fine. Okay. Sales date, I'm just typing here 5,000. So here it's December written. I'm just making it as October. Quarter, I'm saying okay, fine, okay. So I've just made some changes over here. This is not required. So you can just click and right click, delete. So that and that extra thing that is come, that is deleted. So I entered some new record also. Okay. Now this is my data. So according to this data of mine, I would like to make a pivot table. So just click inside. Now you don't have to press Ctrl A because I have created as a table. So just click inside. Click on insert option. Click on pivot table. Pivot table as a range. Click. So you get this entire table. You can see this entire thing is got. You can see this dotted line. That means the entire table is selected. Now how this table 3 is come, because if I just say cancel. If I click on table design, you can see this is my name of my table. If you want to change, you can change it also. Instead of table 3, I'm just giving a name called as sales data. And then you can press enter. So that table is given as a name as sales data. Now if I click inside here, click on insert, click on pivot table. So now you will get a name called as sales data here, you see. If I click on new worksheet and if I say OK, I will get in a new page, a new sheet. Okay, but I don't want it in a new sheet. Actually, it's already created over here. I've already created a sheet over here. I have created a sheet like this. Right click, insert, worksheet, and OK. So that is how I have created this sheet actually. Now I don't want it over here, sheet 1. I want it over here. So what I'll do is I will just click again inside here, click on insert, pivot table. The name will come here, sales data. You have to click on existing worksheet, click down below here, location, and click on create. Now where you want this thing to appear, I want it somewhere here, click over here. That is create is my name of my sheet, and N7 is where I have kept my cell pointer. That you can take it where you want it, and I'll say OK. So you get a screen like this. You can make it a little bigger like this. Just increase. You can move it where you want to move it. Okay. Okay. Now if I click outside over here, at the moment if I click inside, I'm getting this pivot table field. If I click outside here, the screen, that option doesn't come. If I again click inside, it will come. Similar thing if I by mistake if I click over here, that is pivot table design and pivot that is field list. If I click over here, that field list option also will go off. If you want it back again click on pivot table analyze and click on field list, so you get it back again. So this is the fields which we have in your screen. Okay, so now according to this option, I would like to make a pivot table. So you have got filter here, columns, rows, and values. These are the 4 options which comes when you do your pivot table. Now I would like to have this product of yours in rows. Just click and drag it in rows. Just leave it over here. You can see a green line comes. Just leave it. So you get all your products over here. Then I want salesperson just below that, below product. So you get your name down below. You can see that these are your products and that is your salesperson. Then I want the years. Years I want it in columns. So you can drag it to column wise. So you'll get your all your years over here like this. And in values I want the sales USD. Just drag it over here. So you get the sales USD over here like this. and in filter we would like to put is my channel partner. Just drag it to here, so you get on top here like this. So now you can see this data of mine is coming like this. So this is how my data is looking. This is how my data is. Okay. Now if you want this salesperson to come first and product down, so you can just drag that salesperson and push it on top like this. So that should change the layout of it little bit. Okay. So I've just changed the layout of it. I put that salesperson on top, and then down below I put it. Now if I tell you that if I would like to make some changes, for example, your salesperson is there, that if I push it in columns, and here if I put it in rows, and product, if I push it down below, I should get it something like this. So what I've done some changes over here. I put my years over here in product and rows, column and salesperson, and sum of sales over here, and filter my channel partners over here with one. Okay, so your data will look something like this. Now so friends, pivot table is nothing but a powerful tool actually to summarize and analyze and organize your data in seconds. In the next video, that is part 2, I will be showing you how to do the formatting of your pivot table. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the upcoming parts. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.